What's up YouTube? Welcome to the latest video. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to every single one of you who has subscribed so far. We surpassed the 100 subscriber mark. It's not record-breaking numbers, but it's been a goal of mine and we've hit it, and I want to thank you, every single one of you who has been a part of this channel, who supports it, who hit that subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds, so if you haven't already, hit that button below and press the like button. It really helps me out. It helps me to put me out there on other channels, other places that might not have seen me. But next we are going to hit that 1,000 mark. It's coming, and then we just keep on growing. So today's video, I asked on my Instagram yesterday for some questions. I said I was going to do a Q&A, which I haven't yet done on YouTube, which I'm going to start doing more of because they're fun. And it's when you can't think of an idea for a video, you just do a Q&A, don't you? That's what all the YouTubers say. So apart from that, let's get straight into the Q&A. So I'm gonna set a 10-minute timer on my phone, otherwise I might end up rambling on. I'm gonna go through sort of each question. Well, I'll hopefully manage to get through all the questions. We'll see how we're getting from for time, but I'm just gonna pick them at random. What camera do you use? Currently, I am using the Sony A5100, and I also use a Rode mic. So this particular camera doesn't actually have a mic output or like a mic mount on the top. I tend to just use it like now I'm using it. I've got it like plugged underneath my camera, and then I've got a Zoom H1 recorder that I can then plug my mic into, so it all works pretty swimmingly. I absolutely love this Sony for just like a really good little pocket cam. How long have you been going to the gym? Started training when I was about 18, so 6 years, but I started taking it much more seriously, like started putting nutrition, actually going consistently and not just like once a week on the treadmills. Sort of in second year of uni, so probably talking the last like 3-4 years kind of time, and that's when I really started going for it. It was with like me and my best mate. We were drinking every night and we were eating takeaways left, right and centre, but we were just absolutely smashing it. We were going some days 3 times a day, which is just stupid, but we had nothing else to do, so we just smashed the gym. What do you use to edit your videos? So I used to use, if you're just starting out, honestly, you don't need to buy all this camera equipment or buy the fancy like editing software. I started off with iMovie. One of my friends gave me a copy of Final Cut, so I was very lucky to have that. And I've since updated my Mac, and since doing that, it doesn't use the now version of Final Cut. So I've gone back to iMovie, and it's a bit rubbish, I'm not gonna lie. It's like going back in time. So if you want to make the jump, it's a lot of money, but it is a lot better. I'm looking potentially to invest in a bit like in Adobe, and then I've got Lightroom and all the other kind of like good benefits of that. Best workout split for a girl who wants to build muscle but lose fat. It's the biggest conundrum. If you are literally new and the beginner to the gym, you will potentially be able to put on muscle and lose fat. But once you're sort of a year into gym, you've been mixing up food, it is very difficult. You've kind of got to choose one or the other. Probably best off if you're a female trying to lose that little bit of fat, and then try and really, really slowly build on your muscle. Like, so just being a really, really small calorie surplus, nothing too massive. And in terms of like a work split, it's really what works for you. There's so many out there, but everyone has a different one. So you might find that 3 full body workouts a week is enough for you because that's what you can fit into your like current lifestyle, whereas you might love going to the gym and you want to go all the time, so you might go for like a push-pull legs. It's literally entirely up to you. What's the best protein brand to buy from? So to be fair, Emily, one of my friends, I've linked her in here before. I'll link her description again, her little product code. She has been sponsored by Bulk Powders. They are really good, to be fair. You've got My Protein and stuff, which I've been on for ages, but I just fancied a bit of change and it came at the right time, so I'm gonna actually say Bulk Powders. How much creatine should you have? 5 grams a day, and literally be consistent with it. If you try and just think of it in just like your morning routine, so when you wake up, you have your coffee, have your little glass of creatine, it just makes it really easy. Instead of say doing it every time before you train, you might not be training every day, so you're just gonna keep forgetting to have it. You need to be consistent with your creatine to notice the benefits of it. But in saying that, and protein, I would say, are the only really supplements you should get worried about. If you're a little caffeine fiend like me, then you might decide, yeah, okay, get some pre-workout. And like BCAAs, you don't really need to concentrate on them. If you're eating enough protein, then I wouldn't really worry about it. So just hit your creatine and your protein, because it's just a very easy supplement to make sure you're getting in. Next question. Any tips for keeping fit and toned while traveling? Yeah, well, this is a massive one. So I did an actual full video on this. Main sort of thing you've got to think about is just be as active as you can in the day. Try and not just be lying on the lounges all day, like glistening in the sun. I know you want to sunbathe, there's a time to do it, but just don't spend your whole holiday doing that. Go and explore, go and see wherever you're going. It's far more fun. And if there's a gym nearby, take advantage of it. One thing it's difficult if you're staying in a all-inclusive, or you're, say, bed and breakfast, so you've already paid for breakfast. This is difficult. But one thing you can do is to intermittent fasting, not for actually doing it in the window. You just don't eat breakfast, and then you're not going to eat as much food throughout the day, so you're therefore not eating as many calories. And then if you're burning a little bit more, it just buys you calories basically. You've just got to think about just trying to be as active as possible, but still enjoy yourself. So don't punish yourself for wanting to enjoy yourself while you're traveling and away. You want to experience what's out there, but just compensate it and think about that energy balance. What is your favorite supplement? Well, my favorite supplement I would say is creatine, and it's, apart from protein, like I said, it's the only one you really need to be caring about. What's my best protein flavour? Probably chocolate honeycomb from bulk powders, or salted caramel from My Protein. Someone's asked about another workout split, so we've got best workout split to work on muscle gain and size. Again, it's all what works for you. So recently I programmed myself, I put it up on my website for all males to buy. I did a female one as well, but like, it was a lot of compound lifts. It was a split of upper lower rest, full body, upper lower repeat. The reason I did that was because I was trying to get stronger. I was trying to put on muscle, so I was doing I wasn't really doing any isolations whatsoever. It was all compound movements, so I needed to kind of do that push-pull aspect during my session to give, say, my chest a rest before doing some shoulders. I would then need to go work my back, and then I could come back into a push exercise. You get more bang for your buck in a way with your compound lifts, because you're hitting more than one muscle group at once. I've switched up my programming again though, but in all honesty, the one reason I've done it is just to get some more content for everyone out there on Instagram. People seem to enjoy, at the moment, all my workout videos I'm putting on Instagram, so I just want to keep on top of that. Changing to a new split, I'm kind of in a push-pull legs, but kind of playing with it and adding a bit more flexibility factor into it, and it's just going to switch up the content. Instead of just being like, Monday's always going to be upper back, Tuesday's always going to be, oh, that's the time, hang on. I started, so I'll finish. So yeah, so it's not going to be boring. Monday's not going to be the same all the time. There's a few other questions, so I'm just going to answer them anyway. Screw the timer. What is it like to work at Pure Gym? Good question. Mint. I'm not going to lie. One of the best decisions I've made. Obviously, so I spent 1 year at Cotton's down in Knutsford, which was like a little hotel sort of gym, spa, and I will never ever take away that year. It was an incredible learning curve and a really good taste, but like a really good sort of introduction for me into the fitness industry, to really build my confidence, build my knowledge. To be honest, I really do miss the people there. The staff were awesome. All the members, like, I made so many good friends in the members, and I can truly say that. And I'm still in contact with some of them. So I do miss that, but I felt that I had taken it as far as I could, and I want to go so far, and unfortunately, Cotton's wasn't going to take me where I needed to go. Pure Gym was going to. So the opportunity to work in Manchester city centre in the biggest Pure Gym in the UK, I would have been stupid to turn down that opportunity. Promise you, it's scary. I probably never, for that first day, I've never been so scared to be going into a new job. But they're really good. They do look after you. They put you on your business coaching. Like I had a foundation course straight away. I don't know how many seminars I've been on, courses since starting. I've been there for 4 months. Like, they do try and really help you along the way. You have weekly business coaching with your manager where you can tell them any problems you're having, any issues. They can give you ideas. So they really do provide the best possible support for you to grow. So yeah, they're just a great company to work for. What's the best car you've ever had? Actually, a funny story of the person who's asked me this. He's a good mate of mine from school. I'm gonna say, so my favourite of a car was my Fiat Cinquecento. So both my sisters, they're both older than me. They had a Fiat Cinquecento, like literally like the In-Betweeners one, but it was red. And they both learnt to drive in it. I had the car, so it was quite old now. It's knocking on, I think it was knocking on sort of 10, 12 years. It had done its fair share of getting battered. There was one time the door wasn't very good. Like the passenger door, when you opened it, the outside was stick. So then when you closed the door, it wouldn't quite shut. As I drove out my car space, my mate was in the car not having his belt on and the door swung open and he was very close to just flying out of the car. That Fiat Cinquecento was my first ever car. I wrote it off in about 2 months because I'm an absolute idiot. Yeah, that was a really stupid time in my life, but one of them that it's you learn from, and I wouldn't take it back. If I had to go write my car off again, as bad as it sounds, I would do it because it fired a rocket at my arse that I needed to happen. I needed that really to just make me grow up a bit, to be honest. How do you eat so much food? Yeah, so obviously being a PT, I'm very active. I'm on my feet a lot. I'm doing 15, 20,000 steps a day. You're picking up weight, you're training yourself, you're doing classes. It's activity levels. Me compared to someone who works in an office and sits down the majority of the day and still maybe trains just as much as me, will nowhere near be able to eat as much food as I can because it's just pure energy balance and activity levels that got so high off. Last question I'm gonna answer. I feel like I've answered this already, but how many times a week should you train? I'm training 6, maybe 5, depending on how I'm feeling. You should always implement rest days. Don't be that guy that's just killing himself. Listen to your body. If it's crying out for a rest day, give it a rest day. You're doing more damage than good. Your body needs to recover in order to grow. So don't be that guy that's like, yeah, I've just had 22 days without a rest day. Well, you're a knob. Just find the best workout split that works for you, that you can stick to around your current lifestyle. There's no point saying, I'm going to do 6 days a week, and then you do 6 days one week, 4 days the next, 3 days the next. You need to find what works well for you and just stick to it. Right, that is the Q&A over. It has probably run on so much longer than I thought. I've probably been an absolute bore, and you are seriously bored of me just talking to the camera. So it's just going to be a quick one. I will catch you in the next video. I will see you very, very soon. Alex, out.